Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. It's week 5, game 5, quickly approaching here in Rutherford County. We're going to start our show off tonight as things are moving quickly. We're going to start off in the state of Alabama, just south of Birmingham, in a little community we call Helena. And we're going to talk to the head coach of the Helena Huskies, head coach Richie Busby. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Good, Stork. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. So I'm staring down at what you've done here so far. You're 1-2 right now. You did not play week 1, which kind of threw you off, and now you're heading down and your win is you got Chilton, and then you've lost to McAdory and Spain Park. So let's go back to the Chilton County game and take it from there and. Let's build from there, and then we had that letdown this past Friday night, but that's where you are in this growing season, so take it away. Let's go back to Chilton County a little bit and talk a little bit about that game.
Yeah, the big win that we needed for us this year, just looking on the schedule, all of them are going to be tough, and got a new coach, new offense, new defense, didn't know what to expect other than we had heard they were running the old single wing, and sure enough, they were, and we got 18 snaps in the first half, and we scored twice, thank goodness, because they took the ball with almost 8 minutes to go in the first quarter after we scored and kept it until 3.5 minutes were gone in the second quarter. So, it's one of those nights. It's a lot of pressure on your offense to get points each time they touch the ball. Get behind a team like that, you get out there and you have a couple 3-and-outs, your offense gets frustrated. You're not getting the ball, but every 8 or 9 minutes, a game that we thought seriously that we could only get 6 possessions. We ended up getting 7, but we made the most of them. Defense stepped up in the second half, made some adjustments, and got a win that we desperately needed. And, then went into last week with Spain Park. Their quarterback's committed to Clemson. They've got a couple other Division I guys on their team, and we're just not ready to compete with those guys yet. Made mistakes, self-inflicted mistakes that made it worse.
The Spain Park quarterback that you're talking about, was he a running, throwing style quarterback, kind of a Michael Vickish type guy?
He can do a little bit of that. I think he's probably listed as a dual threat quarterback. He's not a very big guy. He's like he's 5'11", 6 foot. And, yeah, he has the ability to run and throw it, but, against us, he didn't have to do a whole lot of that. He just stood there and threw it over the top of us all night. But obviously you're committed to Clemson. You're a good player. So we played him last year. It was a game we lost 28-26, but this year with our youth in the secondary and youth up front, we couldn't pressure him enough to hurry him up, and when we did, we didn't have the speed to run with the guys they had running out there.
Well, the reason why I ask is, Coach Creasy and them over at Oakland, we went up to Kentucky and played, Huntington Highlanders. Their starting quarterback was a kid going to Clemson, and he's a running, throwing style, Michael Vickish type. If he gets out on the perimeter, he can burn you. He's got some legs and can twist and turn and has the ability to. He can get 10 yards easy. That's easy. Easy peasy for him, but can do more damage if given the real estate.
Right.
So
yeah, this kid has he does have the ability to run a little bit. He doesn't do a whole lot of it.
So where does this put you now? You've been through practice and everything, and so you take the hit from Spain Park. Health-wise, where are you, Coach?
We're okay. We're still missing probably one of our better defenders. Hadn't played all year. Our outside linebacker and Braden Jackson hadn't played all year. Still coming back from a hand injury. Hopefully soon had to have surgery in fall camp. So we're okay there. We're just young, and we've got that was our first road game of the year last week, and then we got 4 more consecutive coming up here. We've got Moody, who's the top team in 5A, or top 2 team in 5A, and then we've got Oxford on the road, Benjamin Russell on the road, then Pelham on the road. So it is a schedule unlike any I've had in all my years of coaching, with 5 straight road games and 4 of the 5 top 10 football teams.
Well, and that's it's not what you signed up for, but that's it is part of the track of growing a football team. You're young, so you're not going to get any better by playing teams that are a little bit underneath of you as far as talent wise. So you're gonna you want to be the best. So you got to say if that is the best, we got to see the best. So it's all these cliches, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is where you are. So it's like you said, there's no running away from it. We're going out and we're going to play football. And we're going to go see Moody Friday night.
That's right. That's like I told the kids. I mean, whether it be the schedule or whether it be the youth in different position groups, it is what it is. Nobody cares. So talking about it a whole lot doesn't do us any good. Truth, we're in the same position we were last year at the end of this time. We were 1-1 in the region. We got beat by Spain Park, got beat by Moody, got beat by Oxford, then turned around and went on a run, ended up finishing second in our region and hosting a playoff game. So I said, you have the ability to do that. It's just going to take more out of you because of the talent we have right now. And, if we don't burn the bridges or burn the ships, before we get there and panic, I think we're going to be okay when we get to those games. I mean, we're playing schools that are really good, have a lot of talent, and right now we have talent. We're just young and it's inexperienced. So, to ask them to be mature is also very hard when they just hadn't been there. So if we can continue to, all we can do is work. With all these things being said, all we can do is go to work every day, practice, try to get better. We're playing good competition. We're playing better competition than the people that we're going to play at the end of the year. So if we'll just not panic and stay with it, I think that'll pay off for us in the end.
Well, and that's, I talked to James Counts, who's head coach of the Rockville Rockets, and it's getting back to what he kind of said. He said you're going to kind of have to listen to the old man. The old man knows a little bit about what I'm doing, and if you listen to what I say, we might be in a little bit better position than you trying to do what you think is right instead of listening to me and us having a team effort on Friday night and getting us a little bit further down the road.
Oh yeah, all that outside noise, all the dads, all the fans, and everybody that sit up in the stands and they watch the ball. They don't know anything about the actual game and the individual matchups. They're like normal fans. They watch the ball and all this stuff, and they wonder, I don't know why, we're not winning. But so if our guys will just listen to us, there's a lot of experience on our staff. That doesn't mean we're going to win the games that we won last year if that happens, but you got to believe. You just got to keep working. You got to keep your head down and not worry about the schedule so much or the win losses. It's kind of like quit worrying about what's on the scoreboard and play every play an individual play. And if we do all that throughout the season, I think we can develop into a good football team and a really good football team heading into 26.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. I mean, like you said, you got a lot of road games going on there, and that's going to be, right now it's just going to be staying healthy. You got to stay healthy because you can't attack unless you're healthy. And so there's a couple of levers in there you've really got to control, and it's controlling and growing too. Those things have to happen. You've got to grow up a little bit, and grow as you get through the season. That's another big thing a lot of people don't know. But, Coach, good luck on Friday night, and I can't thank you enough for being on Inside the Headset.
All right, thank you, Stuart. Go Huskies.
You go Huskies.